Hello internets, this is BoneCarlos coming to you live from the Coral Hall compound, bringing you another StarCraft 2 shout, cash out pod kind of thing. I'm not in a good mood because my car decided to break down on me. It's never fun if you guys have ever experienced that. But I was expecting it, and I'm gonna go out car shopping tomorrow. Gonna have one by the weekend, so everything's gonna be a-okay on my end. So yeah, enough about me. Let's go ahead and talk about this game. We have Brixman spawning as the blue SUV. Yep. Upon further review, he is a Terran player. His opponent is going to be Mark and creep spread larva. Yeah, and checking in on the information that is given to me on the screen, I can safely say that Mark is the Zerg player. And as we know from experience and all that other fun jazz, generally TVZ boils down into Siege Tank Marines, while Zerg goes Baneling, Zerglings, Mutalisk. So let's see if this hide that. This replay isn't 27 minutes long. Psych. I don't even know why people hide it though. I mean, like people can't figure it out by watching the time marker whenever you upload the video, right? Oh well. But anyway, so let's see if, like I was saying before, let's see if this delves into that sort of strategy. Right now, Mark is just hanging around in Brixman base, not attacking the building SCV, while Brixman just puts down a refinery. No double refinery as of yet. Maybe he's hiding his tech until he gets rid of this drone, who is on 4 HP, so one more attack. Brixman doesn't want it to leave, puts down a supply depot just to wall it off and block him in. So way to go, Brixman, for that little cheeky shenanigans. He's more than likely going to get right on to building that, since he is getting close to being to about when you're supposed to build it. There it is, Marines popping out. Let's see if I don't think he's going to put down a second refinery just yet. He's just building his orbital command, so no, I doubt any kind of cloaked Banshee player is going to go down. More than likely, as my phone goes off, thank you for that, more than likely we're going to see if, you know, if builds are normal, we're more than likely going to see some Hellion production. And over in Team Mark, nothing too crazy. I mean, he still hasn't put down that extractor quite yet. I mean, if he wants to get speed upgrade, by the time that pops, he's going to have to put it down. This is a little bit too late. I think you're supposed to put it down at about a quarter of a life of the spawning pool. So he's not going to have he's not going to have speedling upgrades right off the bat, but we'll see how this goes. We see Marines just kind of hanging out at the edges of the map to deny any kind of scouting opportunities provided by the Overlord. Brixman is laying down the supply depot, finishing off the wall off while he puts a reactor down, and a factory is going to be put down. So I'm willing to bet $3. Remember, I gotta go buy a car, so I can't bet big. That Hellions this is going to be swapped up, and Hellions are going to be produced. Mark, I do not think, has any idea that it's selling out. Nope, he's just kind of petering about the map right now. He's still building his lings and pretty much playing blind. So he is putting down a single spine crawler for defense. Let's see if he's able to scout this. And yep, factory barracks do switch up. More than likely going to see that. You're going to see those Hellions being pumped out to a time, and that's exactly right. And Brixman is going to go and expand right behind this this initial aggression. So great play by Brixman so far. Let's see if it pays off for him in the long run. Lone Marine just doing his sentry duty, just hanging out, checking out the foliage. Decides to be pulled back. New orders have come in. Goes to the front. And a tech lab is being put down on the barracks, so more than likely going to start on those upgrades for those infantry units. Yep, right down. Stim pack is being researched right after that. More than likely going to see combat shields to buff up the health of those Marines. And ooh, Lings are in the way, so Mark does know that those Hellions are coming his way. Let's see if he puts down another spine crawler. Yep, he does. So I would actually like to see him put it right here, this spine crawler right here, just so those Hellions can't get into his main. And look at that, the Hellions are there. No bit of micro has been done yet. He does catch a couple of Zerglings. He's going to go ahead and just hang around. And that is it. He is reinforced by 2 more Hellions, but I believe these spine crawlers are going to pop by the time they decide to attack again. But with the single queen over here for defense, along with these 2 spine crawlers, he's going to be adequately defended for now. Unfortunately, he can pop around over here and do a couple of attacks on this mineral line. Let's hope he figures that out and decides to push forward from there. But if he continues along this path, he will be stuck, and he will be pretty much sacking any kind of Hellions he pushes into the Mark's base. And it looks like there they go there. Oh, there it is. They had to clean their treads, they clean the creep off of their treads. They go down, take down one drone, but immediately Mark pulls the drones off the mineral line. But manages to keep a couple more safe, and the rally point is still set, so those drones are sitting ducks. 2 flames go down, 3, 4, and 5. It looks like 4 or 5 drones were destroyed. A couple of Zerglings are going to get roasted. The Twins are finally going to push away and chase away these Hellions, but not before Brixman is sitting pretty on his orbital command, just still producing SCVs out of it. I like to see him lift off. I would have liked to actually see him lift off and land a long time ago. Siege mode is about done for his siege tanks, while at the same time stim pack is going to be finished any second now. A double barracks and a single factory, so pretty good right now for the early game. Both of these players are high level gold, I think 18 and 33, with Mark being that level 18. So nothing too crazy is going to happen macro wise, since it is gold level play, but we actually do double evolution chambers and they're being used to full effect. I like how Mark is keeping his money a bit low, so that's always good when you want to keep your money down. And he's just a huge swell. It looks like what is these drones are being produced, maybe more than likely just to refill what he lost in that initial Hellion harass. Finally, Brixman does put down his orbital command, but he is sitting safe behind these couple of these bunkers and these and this siege tank. I'd like to see him. I would actually like to see a couple of siege tanks up here just in case there is an attack incoming. But it looks like Mark is not gonna attack anytime now. He's finally getting his metabolic boost, so more than likely we're gonna see wings on these Zerglings any minute now. Level 1 melee attack is already done. He's already concentrating on level 2, while level 1 ground carapace is about 40% done. So those Zerglings are going to be that much more powerful. And it doesn't look like Brixman is building. It doesn't even have an engineering base down yet. He is actually building it, but it will be quite a while. So he's going to be effectively behind the entire game on upgrades, especially if Mark decides to continue upgrading like he's been doing, while 2 barracks are being put down by Brixman. So right now it looks like it's just going to be infantry units with a siege tank backup. These are just going to start producing, let's see, a reactor's going down on this starport, so double pumping out of those medevacs, and Mark is just going to go ahead and just expand yet again. I mean, why not? He's got plenty of minerals to do it, and it doesn't look like your opponent's going to be aggressive anytime soon. But I like the way he's spreading out his overlords and has both Zelnaga towers, so +1 in that category for Mark. He has plenty of vision, while we're looking over in Brixman. His vision is nil. I mean, he's not even wasting any kind of scans just yet. And looking at the income, we see both players on kind of a bit low on harvesters. I mean, Mark is about 4-3. He did lose about 4 or 5 drones with those with that Hellion harass, but I would like to see that a little bit higher. Units lost are in favor of Brixman, but the resources are pretty much effectively the same. And Brixman is deciding to push out finally. He still has these bunkers just in case he needs to fall back home and do some massive defense. And it looks like Mark is just hanging around, taking these bases, making sure there isn't any secret base expansion hidden from his view. So very good for him. I'd actually like to see him generate creep on these little areas just to guck it up and keep those bases locked up that much longer. And we see a couple medevacs here, and this is an interesting position for Brixman. He could actually pick these up and drop these off at the main base of Mark. And wow, we actually see infestors on the field of play, so forget mutalisks. Mark is deciding to go for an infestor play with a huge swell of Zerglings, but this is actually a tiny force of Brixman. He's gonna have to get some money shots on these siege tanks, and oh my god, Mark pushes forward at the exact time that he needs to push forward. Those siege tanks falls immediately, as do the Marines. Another fungal growth gets put down on the medevac. I actually see Infestitarians gonna drop down to finish them off. Nope, decides to leave those medevacs alone there. But wow, perfect timing by Mark. He pushed forward exactly when those siege tanks were sieging up. Not a single volley was shot. And looking at the resources lost, I mean, I think he lost 12 Zerglings and in that little mini battle. So clear victory for Mark. I would actually like to see him to push forward, take out these medevacs, just get rid of them. They're sitting pretty right there. A couple of infestitarians are put down, but they're probably going to be easily flown away if Brixman actually clutches them. Looks like he doesn't. Finally grabs that medevac, decides to pull it. terrific. Nope. Two free medevac kills for Mark, and Brixman is just gonna go ahead and just hang around the edge of the map, take out these overlords. I mean, free overlords. Why not? And I do not believe that Brixman is deciding to expand again, so nope, he's not expanding quite yet. His money is quite low. He's effectively broke on investment, especially since he only has 2 SCVs mining out of this refinery. You always want to double check that. I actually did that a couple of games ago and was wondering why my gas was so low the entire match until I finally just quickly went over through all my extractors and noticed that 2 of them only had 2 probes on them, and 1 of them only had 1. So, yeah, you want to make sure you have 3 SCVs, drones, probes per refinery extractor, etc., etc. And let's looking over here at the infestation pit. We see the pathogen glands are already done for the infestors, and another big swell of infestors are being put down. So that effectively brings the total up to about 10 for Mark. And finally, Terran infantry level weapons 1 is being researched, and no armor has been researched just yet, while Mark is sitting comfortably at 2-2 and started on 3-3 as we spoke, or as I spoke. You guys aren't talking. Well, you might be talking. If you guys are talking to me and this whole thing, hi, how you doing? Thanks a lot for listening and participating in. Now touch your screen, because I am giving you guys an internet high five. Boom, right there. You guys felt it. I know you did. Awesome. So back to the game. Nothing too crazy is happening. We see Mark is joining up, but not quite to the saturation level that is optimum. I mean, this natural is pretty good. His main is not so much, while his third, the drones are barely getting there, and he looks like he's shelling up his defenses. So this third expansion is going to be effectively safe, while having his army parked here means that he knows exactly if there's going to be an attack coming. And right now it looks like there is another attack coming. Brixman is pushing forward with siege tanks and marines. Well, these medevacs get caught way out of position. Another fungal growth locks them in place. The infested Terrans are going to pop, clean this up quite nicely, and 4 medevacs are destroyed. Wow, that is just huge for Brixman. He has no support. The Lings push forward yet again to try to take out all of these siege tanks. They take out 2, 3, and it looks like another 4th is going to be done, and a huge squad of Marines were taken down, but those siege tank pummels were a little bit too strong. All the Zerglings are done for Mark, but 34 arm production as we speak, and Brixman just doesn't know what to do. I mean, there's only 3 siege tanks there, and free Zergling kills. 3 siege tanks. He only has 3 siege tanks and a handful of Marines. It doesn't even look like he's producing any medevacs quite yet, but these attacks are just way too small. They're gonna get overwhelmed, especially with if Mark continues up with that excellent infestor play. These Lings are getting a little bit too cocky, and a couple of macro hatches are gonna be put down. And oh, again caught out of position yet again. The siege tanks siege up, but not before they are taken down quite easily. Funk growth on those Marines. Another surround on the siege tank, and it is brought down. So that is a clear victory. Just clear victories for Mark on 3 separate occasions. Another medevac is gonna drop here at Mark's third, but this is just too well defended. The Marines are being unloaded, but with 3 spine crawlers and this queen over here as backup, there's going to be very little damage that is going to be done. Mark catches it immediately, pulls off of those drones, and the Zerglings get there, take out those Marines, and this medevac just kind of took off. Didn't even decide to pick them up. I mean, the enemy doesn't have anything that can shoot up, sir. Do I should have picked up those Marines? Nah, just leave them there. It's fine. Because the medevacs are pissed off that so many were lost unnecessarily. A couple of free Marines are taken down by Mark, and a single drone is just hanging out here. Looks like he's giving a present. Just giving a present for these infestors in case they need it. While finally Brixman actually takes his third and shoring up his defenses there just in case there is an attack coming. It is being morphed into a planetary fortress. This is all very basic play from a Terran player. His execution isn't where you want it to be. He is losing units hand over fist and taking over the units lost tab. I mean, we see over double resources have been lost by Brixman, and Mark is just, wow, he's putting down a lot of infestors. I mean, the count looks like the count is up to I would say 24 infestors are being put down. 3-3 is done for Mark. You can actually, I would actually like to see a Baneling's Nest go down. I mean, the Spire is completed, but nothing yet has been made out of it. He probably just has there just in case. But right now, it's it looks like it looks like Mark is going to win this game handily. I mean, the Marines are barely at 1-1. No upgrades yet for the siege tank. It doesn't look like there's an armory even on the field for Brixman. There it is right there, but not being used. There's a nice little stockpile of minerals from Mark, and he's going to go ahead and use that into 30 Zerglings. Wow, he's just sending a couple out to scout, making sure there's no secret base yet again. But right now, Marks is sitting pretty. There's a couple of Marines just kind of trying to catch up with this medevac, but it's saying, haha, you can't fly. I'm gonna hang around and drop in behind the third of Mark. But this attack is going to be repelled again. I mean, there's a couple of spine crawlers there for defense, and the Zerglings are there immediately. Brixman just says, why not go for the whole shebang, drops a couple of more Marines to their doom, and decides to finally head on home. This single Marine has no chance. We've seen Star Troopers. Marines aren't that awesome. And there is actually a second medevac over here. Looks like the Brixman want to do a double-pronged attack, but it looks like it didn't happen. I wonder how long this medevac has been here. Neural Parasite is being researched as his burrow, so hopefully we're going to see some burrowed infestor action. Neural Parasite is an interesting choice. I mean, you might be able to Neural Parasite these siege tanks, but it's hit and miss. I mean, if you saw on the field of play that your enemy had Thors or battle cruisers, some higher level unit, I would definitely say go for a Neural Parasite, but right now, not so much. There is nothing else being put down by Mark. It doesn't look like he's gearing up to take a fourth. I mean, but the reason being is that he still has plenty of minerals from mine. Looks like there's going to be a huge battle up here. Siege tanks are being put down, and it looks like there's going to be a slow push forward. Infestors, a ton of fungal growths are being put down. Infestors just keep fungling everything. Infested Terrans are put down, and I actually like to see that. The Neural Parasite is researched at exactly the right time. He parasites those siege tanks, and they're helpless. They feel pretty silly right about now, but nothing. They aren't being attacked quite yet. Neural Parasite wears off. They continue their volley, and a single siege tank is there. And Infestors say, you know what, single siege tank, a little bit too much for us. We are going to go home. Another single fungal growth would have finished them off with a couple of more infested Marines, but looks like Brixman does put down another command center, so more than likely going to take his fourth. While Marks is just not even worried about it. What he is thinking about is 106 Zerglings. That is a lot of Zerglings. There is a Banelings that's being produced, so more than likely all of these are going to be turned into Banelings. Well, not all of them, but I would say about half, and just storm the front with Infestor backup. It's going to be fantastic when it does finally happen, if it does happen. I mean, I'm just theory crafting here. And looks like a greater spire is on the way. The siege tank is still sitting pretty at 15 kills, hanging out. I know I've said sitting pretty a bunch of times, but you know what? I like saying it, because here I am sitting pretty, so why not say what I feel, right? That is correct. Brixman is getting ready to take his fourth, and there's a little bit of an indecision by Marks, but that's mainly due to the fact that a drop finally occurred. So a 10-minute drop finally happened at just the right time when Mark was pulling out. Said it again, right? Burrowed Infestors. We got Land Shark play going on. He looks like he's going to be rallied right into that missile turret. I doubt anything is going to happen. There is a couple of siege tanks there. One is sieged up, and this missile turret is going to spot it right away. Volley, dead. 2, 3, 4 Infestors are down, are done. But when you have about 40 more, why not? You could stand to throw them away. So Baneling Nest is done. More than likely going to see these turn into Banelings any second now. Probably waiting for this reinforcing swell. And yeah, Mark back home doesn't have that many minerals. He's pretty much done. He has one more mining base, so it looks like he's gonna go for it all in right here. But he still has a sweet stockpile of of minerals and cash. A couple of Zerglings get brave, and more than likely going to see a good old, I would say about 250 food push. Again, sieging down at exactly the wrong time. Fungal growths get down. Perfect fungal growths by Mark. The Zerglings are pushing forward. They're into the base. These bunkers are just unoccupied. Mark is in a commanding lead. A couple more fungal growths are going to do it. These Banelings get killed before they actually get down. A Ghost is on the field of play. We did see an EMP, but that is just too many Infestors for a single EMP to take down infested Terrans are all over the place, and we see the GG by Brixman. So that was it for this replay. Obviously, looking at the units lost tab, again, tail of the tape right there. Double resource lost 4 Terran. That's exactly what happened. So good job by Mark on those fungals. And Brix, you might want to work on your micro just a little bit more. So that was it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If not, leave a comment down below on what I could do to make these more enjoyable for you. Also, if there's a replay that you'd like for me to cast of you guys playing, leave a link to one of the major replay sites, and I'll be more than happy to take a look. Other than that, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm hungry. I'm gonna go snack.